See, this near-death experience I had just took my level of intentionality up a notch.
It's a vibe with just my vlog. Subscribe so you don't miss out. Share the video, make someone smile. Share the video, make someone smile.
Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. If you're new, thanks for dropping by. And if you're a returning subscriber, you know how we do it. I love you. Happy New Year. Happy New Month. Those were asking me, where are you? Why are you handling me? I did announce I was going to take a break. It's not like all those last time that I go MIA, I come back and y'all are attacking me. This one I announced. I took a well-deserved break and I am back. I took a break because, guys, Vlogmas was a lot. Sometimes I know it doesn't seem like so much work goes into this thing, but truth is, it's a lot of work. And if you remember, most of my videos during the Vlogmas was outdoor and it was a lot, cold weather and all of that. Yeah. I also took a break after Vlogmas because, I mean, like I said, I'm doing my master's international law. Law is a big thing. So it was becoming demanding and I also needed to give it attention. I took a break to restructure my channel. I do that often. I get bored easily. I mean, why shouldn't I? We should grow, we should evolve, we learn every day. So changes are welcomed around here. I really didn't get to do everything I set out to do. Again, a man proposed, God disposes. I took ill. I mean, I can't say that enough. I was terribly sick. I don't think I've ever been sick like this in my entire life. If you recall, during the Vlogmas, I kept saying, I think in one or two videos, that I was under the weather. Unfortunately for me, that was my body giving me sign. But you know us, until we break down completely, we don't know. We don't know that something is actually wrong and we should take rest. Thankfully, I had planned to rest, but I think I didn't plan that early enough. I broke down completely. I had COVID and I also had fever, very terrible fever. And that fever was very typhoid-like. I know this because I've had typhoid back in Nigeria. So I kind of know the symptoms and it was very much like it, if not everything. I had non-stop headache and I'm one who rarely have headache. I had that non-stop. I couldn't do nothing for myself. I couldn't move. I ran temperature, very high temperature, and my appetite was zero. I couldn't eat anything at all. I think I went 2 straight days without eating. My COVID experience, it was so traumatic. It was very dramatic as well because I think that period was something else around here. You know, COVID tend to thrive in the cold weather and we're in winter now. So I think a lot of people were sick. It was madness at the hospital. So before you even get attended to and all that, it was an entire struggle on its own. But thank God I had more. Shout out to more. I owe her so much. Eventually, when it got to my turn, we got referred to the pandemic hospital, and that was not very far from the government hospital where I was at. So we got there and we had to like get the doctors out. Guys, that was when it hit me that, okay, I actually had COVID because nobody was ready to come close. And that alone is traumatic. You know, I see this thing on TV and having somebody put on PPE to attend to me. At that point, I think I just broke down crying. I really don't know why I cried, but I did cry. And yeah, they wore their PPE, took my card, necessary information, and I rested for a bit. I'm going to roll some clips here now. Yep. And if you follow me on my socials, I already gave my testimony on Instagram. I also took injection, and when I came back home, I think I felt a little bit okay. Fast forward to getting back home, guys, after feeling like, okay, I've been treated and I'm sort of going to just get better. I actually was very hopeful that I was going to get better. No, it took a drastic turn. Like everything got worse. I can't even remember much about those times because I was as good as unconscious. I went 2 days without food. I only took water, and I think that's one thing that really helps me. I can't even quantify the quantity of water I took. It got to a point I was beginning to panic because I clearly was like looking short of blood, if I should put it that way. I self-diagnosed myself, but it was very close to that. And I began to do those home remedies again more. Shout out to you, my love. She did the malt and milk solution for me, and that really helped me a great deal. More than anything else, I prayed, guys. I did pray because I honestly didn't know what hit me. Like I said, I've never been that sick in my entire life. I was really challenged. At some point, I even felt like I was going to die. I was crying. I'll call my loved ones and I'll be like, oh, I need to talk to this person. It was that bad. It was that bad. I gave up. But thank God for good support system around me that stood in the gap for me. And the moment I just started getting conscious a little bit, I depended more on prayer than anything. I would have loved to get into details, but story for another day. I mean, the people around me are tired of hearing about my COVID experience. Yeah, so all in all, I got better. And one thing I always do is look around, whatever situation, whatever challenge, anything, I have to know this was trying to tell me something, this was trying to teach me something. And I look out for the lesson in any experience. And the one I can really pick from this one is life is fragile. It really made me understand that we don't even talk about the fragility of life enough. Honestly, the moment you fall ill, you discover that nothing else really matters. All your effort would be towards getting better. Oh, I want to heal from this. That's what you're going to concentrate on. Make sure to pay attention to your health. Once I notice anything, I follow it up, and I urge you all to do that, because really a stitch in time does save nine. Another takeout for me, which is really a very big one, is to live intentionally. I've always lived my life intentionally for the most part that I can remember. I'm always very intentional and particular about my things, my life, my decisions, and most things generally. But you see, this near death experience I had just took my level of intentionality up a notch. I'm that kind of person who like to just play safe. Things I really don't used to do or said I wouldn't do on this channel. Guys, I'm going to do it. Life is this brief. I could have gone. I'm going to really live a life now to pour out. There's just so much inside of me. Let me beat my drum for this second. There's just so much inside of me that I need to pour, and I'm very intentional now about those. I'm no longer going to keep playing the mediocre. No, I have several self-imposed boundaries that I'm now going to lift. I deal with chronic imposter syndrome, which I'm now going to get rid of, because I think I'm going to focus more on growth than just trying to be perfect. I'm my biggest critic, and I've realized over time that that really holds me back a lot. Nothing I ever do I feel like is good enough. I always feel like it could be better. I know how many videos of me didn't make it to YouTube. Speaking of YouTube, there are conversations that I could have honestly had on here, but I feel like I don't know what nerves I'm going to step on. Just being here and even sharing my COVID experience, I'm stepping on nerves already. So I really cannot just keep belittling myself just because I want to please, not like please per se, but I trust you get what I'm trying to say. So my point is, whether or not I do these things, whoever wants to feel a certain way about me would feel that way. Everybody cannot like a particular person. So I urge you also to do these things. Get out of your comfort zone. There really is no time. Do something. Start that business. Start that vlog. Start that makeup line. Just do something. That thing you've been too scared to, that thing you've been thinking you're not good enough, just start off where you are. At the end of the day, there's room for improvement. Yes, guys, that's been it. That's what I've been about. That's what I've been through. But regardless of everything, I'm going to strive to make this year what it's supposed to be. This year has deliveries for me, and I'm going to make sure I do all that's necessary to tap into it and get delivery of my heaven sent blessings. Thank you so much for hanging out with me. Please make sure to like, share, subscribe, comment, okay? And thank you to everybody who really engaged with my videos last year. I'm really grateful. Thank you. And please, let's do it this year again. It's always in the habit of cooking anytime I'm home. You know why?
If you want entertainment, juice that vlog. To those who are slaying, juice that vlog. You're bound to be happy if you stay up. I know you enjoy it, I won't say much.